Let's turn them away. Nice. What's up, everybody? How's everybody feeling today? Happy Sunday, I think. Casey, how are you feeling, girl? What happened? Tell us what happened. I'm really, really worried about you, honey. Tell us what happened. Because maybe you could, like, use this community like I have by being, what's the word? By being, what's the word? Hi, Jessie. Accountable. Maybe it would help you to have, like, not a lot, not like pressure, but that extra little, oh, you know what I mean? I don't know. Hi, guys. I'm checking in with Casey right now, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys about something. But hello. Yeah, tell us what happened, because we wanted, let you know that we're worried about you and we love you. I just didn't want to be alive anymore. What did you do? I mean, that sounded weird. What happened? Like, you just didn't want to be alive, and so you just, what do you mean? Like, it just happened like that? I feel like there's probably a lot more to the story. You overdose? And what was it that set you off? What was it that pushed you over that edge? What did they do? Did they have to, like, pump your stomach? I've never overdosed before, and I've always wondered about that, so maybe you can tell me. Do they pump your stomach? I think they do. I don't know. Do they? I don't know. I don't know anything. Ever. So last night I was saying that I want to start making, like, a well-known, I just felt so alone. I was struggling so much with my thoughts. I'm sorry, honey. Yes, they did. It was bad. Were you awake for it? Did they make you be awake? Like, how does it work? I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're alive. I would have been heartbroken if it had worked. Please, please, please remember that you've got your little sister, and also please reach out to people in our community. You know our community. You've got friends here. Freaking, like, I can't have that, okay? It's not good. I can't. No. Don't do it. Hey, Lauren. Long time. How did it go with your girlfriend? Or almost girlfriend? I didn't want to burden anyone. I just wanted to end. Yeah, but you ending would have burdened people. You dying would have burdened people. So if you don't want to burden people, then don't kill yourself. Not kidding. I love you so much. I consider you a little sister. And if you don't want to burden us, if you don't want to burden your family, then stick around and keep fighting like the fighter that you are. So don't give up again, okay? Don't. I believe in you. You can get through this. You can do it again, and just keep fighting. You don't have to give up. You don't have to. Nobody, I don't know where we teach ourselves these things, like that suicide is our number one thought if things are really, really hard. You know what I mean? But I get it. They get it. We've all been there. And so just remember the good things in your life and how they wouldn't have happened unless you had stayed. Think about your sister, think about your family, think about everything, I'm not trying to make you, like, feel bad, but I'm kind of trying to make your voices feel bad, because I can't. You're very, very important to me, so please be careful. All of you are. Any of you. I can't. That would break my heart. I couldn't serve. I don't know if I could. I really want things to end again, but I'm trying to be strong. Why do you want things to end? How old are you? Remind me how old you are. Keep in mind, you're an adult, right? Or at least you're about to be. I forget how old you are. Girl, you're 18. Oh my gosh. Remember when I told the story of my little sister who killed herself at 19 years old, and she left behind 2 little babies, and she had attempted many times like you have. And I know I've talked about this a lot, but it's so I wish, like, I don't actually wish this, but I wish I would have taken pictures of her face in the casket with like her rope mark on her freaking neck. I wish I would have taken a picture of her mom's eyes. I have it in my head, and her other siblings, and dozens of family members and friends. I wish so hard that I could have those images, because all I have is in my memory, and I wish I could show you guys, because that's what has saved me so many times, is thinking about that and trying to like picture, and then to have her mom die 2 years later, and then again going back to another funeral in that family, in our family, and seeing the pain. And it went from these 2 little babies that she left behind. It's like the last time I had seen them was at their mommy's funeral, and then the next time I saw them 2 years later, it was at their grandma's funeral. I could try to draw her eyes. That's a really good idea, actually. I like that idea. Maybe I'll do that. I mean, I'm not a good drawer, but I don't know. Just don't give up, okay? Please. I love you. We love you. And I can't have you dying, okay? I just can't. There's too much other shit going on in the world, and we're all just trying to survive, and I need you to survive. I need you to fight, okay? I need you to fight. Yeah, it's definitely not just quarantining with her. She's had many, but yeah, my sister attempted, I think, 23 times, either 23 or 27, I can't remember, but it's one of those. And her final attempt obviously worked finally, and I can't, like, your little sister, keep your little sister in your brain, because her little brother at 7 years old was the one that found her dead. And what if you had died from overdosing and your little sister was the one that found you dead? What if she got to you before your parents did? She would be like, imagine that, like, visualize what would happen if your little freaking sister came in, saw you dead on the floor with foam coming out of your mouth. Like, use these things. Yes, you would never forgive yourself. Exactly. And it would affect her for the rest of her life too. Like, it was my stepsister. I saw her maybe once or twice a year, and I was broken, and I'm still broken from it. Like, excruciating pain. And you're her actual sister, and you see her every single day, and you're closer with her than I am with my sister who passed. Don't you give in, okay? Don't. You're better than that. You fought too hard already. I'm not gonna allow it. So sorry. Don't you give in. Wait, did Lauren leave? Oh, where is she? Oh, okay. Good luck at work. I don't know if you're still watching, but good luck tomorrow, Lauren. I just thought it would be easier for everyone if I left. No. Can't wait till my speech comes out. Maybe this is why. So we're doing our speeches for a reason to stand, and it comes out next week. And when Ashley asks us to speak, she obviously wants us to share our story, but she also encourages us, and she prays right before the conferences that we will just say what needs to be said. So all of us have a story. All of us have been through a lot of things, and it's true. Every single time I've spoken at these conferences, I get up there thinking I have a plan of how it's going to go, but one of my trials always sticks out in my mind. Like, I need to talk about that one the most for that particular audience. Um, so I did that this time. I made the video, and the topic that kept coming to my mind is suicide. So I focused a lot on that. I told the story of my first attempt, and then I told the story of my how she died on the day that I was going to kill myself, and she died doing it the same way I was going to do it that day. And anyway, you'll hear all that. Please just don't give up, okay? Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Yes, I'll publish it on YouTube. The whole thing will be on YouTube, just not on my channel, but I will put mine on my channel. I think I need to, I actually just finished editing it. It's all done. I don't know if I like it. I like some of it, and some of it I just don't like it. So, but that's okay. Hopefully, only because I was really nervous because I was worried about, like, what if, I don't know. I think I put too much pressure on myself because it's like, out of everyone in our group in the conference, I'm the YouTuber and I'm the internet personality, and so I think I put a little bit too much pressure on myself, and I also wanted to show every part of myself in the speech and what I do in the speech, because we're all supposed to do that. We are encouraged by Ashley to, plug ourselves, if you will, and so that if somebody listening connects with us, they can connect with us more. So I think I was trying to fit in like a lot of different things into one speech, and I just hope that it is okay. I don't have time to re-edit it. I have to send it in a couple hours, so I just hope that it helps somehow, and I don't know. No, Becca. She's 14, hasn't been doing well. We're putting my dog Ginger down tomorrow. She's 14 and hasn't been doing well the last few months. Last week, it's gotten so much worse. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh, I wish I could hug you. I'm sorry, honey. Oh, I bet. Why do you have to put her down? What happened? Is she just old? Is that old for a dog? I don't know a lot about dogs. Thank you, Paige. She's old. She was throwing up multiple times a day before getting medicine. Oh no. Dang it. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Wish I could hug you. Come here. Yeah. Is it condescending? Of course not, Sarah. By the way, last night your message wouldn't freaking load. I messaged Sarah, it was her birthday yesterday, and her Marco Polo would not load until like 2 hours later. And I think it was my connection, not yours. I thought it was yours. I think it was actually mine. So I'm sorry I never answered you back. But I'm glad that I think I said that, right? Like, I'm just glad that you're at least getting some help, because before it was like you were on the streets with nobody and nothing. But I understand it's still hard though. Of course you can get prayers. Please, prayers for Sarah, prayers for Becca, prayers for Casey, prayers for all of us, prayers for me. I've got bad news, and prayers all around. And if you don't pray, then send good vibes or good thoughts or good auras, or you were close to organ failure. Which organ? What does that mean? Wait, doesn't organ failure mean it's all your organs in failure? Maybe not. Oh my gosh. No, you didn't miss it. I'm I'm just catching up with a few people and then we'll talk about it. Sorry, girl. Something you need. Milk chocolate graham cracker. That's all it is. Look at it. I feel like that's like the cheapest thing to make. Milk chocolate graham cracker, and then put it on a stick, or just sell it like that individually. That would cost like 5 cents to make. But we're still gonna try it. My best friend has been ignoring me since, which is making things worse. She's probably as upset as I am, but I'm not. Maybe she takes it out in different ways. It's literally just a graham cracker. I mean, I guess the chocolate's kind of good, actually. It's not bad. Anyway, what's a graham cracker? Get off of my live stream. We're done, Kaylee. I'm done with you. Where do you live? Do you live like in a gutter in the middle of nowhere? It's fascinating to me, the amount of things that you have not tried. You don't have them in England? Really? Are you sure? You don't have them? What? Guys, this is... Here, I'll show you. I have some right here. These are graham crackers. I prefer the other brand, but they were out. And it's just like a cracker that's like sweet. It's like a honey type of a... Now I want one. It's like a honey flavored, grainy flavored... I don't know. Is that how you say it? They're good. They're really good. Yeah, you can get different flavors. You can do cinnamon. You can do... There's other ones too, but... So then you've never had s'mores then? It's kind of like a cookie cracker. I don't know. And then when you make s'mores, well, you've probably seen that on movies or something, right? And you put the chocolate there, and then you roast a marshmallow and put the marshmallow on, and then that on top, and it's a s'more. I've never been a huge s'more person, but I love frozen s'mores, which is something I created all by myself, and it's amazing. All right. Okay. I like the frozen because they get softer a little. And I have a really small mouth, so it's really hard for me to like open big enough to bite the whole thing. I think that's why. Okay, are we ready to talk about my good news and bad news? Has everyone caught me up on what's going on with them? Did I miss anything? Let me scroll back a little. Yeah, I like to dip it in milk, like cookies and milk. That's something my grandma taught me. She would just open a pack of these every day and sit at her counter looking out into the country, because she lived in the middle of nowhere, just looking out of her huge kitchen front window, looking at cows and chickens, and just like dip her crackers in meat. She didn't need entertainment. She just wanted to see out her window and eat graham crackers and milk. So I think of her every time I eat graham crackers and milk. Okay. Okay, let's just get this out of the way, because Digestive biscuits? Cottage cheese? I've never tried that. I would like it. I love like sweet and savory together, so I'm sure I would like that. But yogurt would be good too. I do answer. Do you have a weird question? I love weird questions. Is there a weird question? Did I miss a weird question? What are in digestive? Is it like they're full of fiber? Ooh, that sounds good, Sarah. That's a good idea. I take chocolate frosting on one side, and then on the other side, I have, the marshmallow cream that comes in the jar. Then you put the marshmallow cream, then you freeze that. And it kind of turns out like I would assume the Miracle Whip would, except it also has chocolate. But that sounds amazing. I'm gonna try that too. That's like a really good idea. And that's like it's so cheap and will last you forever, and you can keep it frozen forever. So love that. Cookies without the sugar? Maybe they are, I don't know. One second. You call it fluff? Wait, hold on. Graham crackers with marshmallow fluff, cream cheese mix. You sandwich it and freeze them. That sounds good too. Marshmallow fluff and cream cheese mix? Mmm. That sounds amazing. Okay. I think that sounds actually really good. The cream cheese mixed with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I had a really, really bad night last night. And it's like it's a good and a bad thing because it was bad, but it was good because keep this. I was having a bad night. I went into Danny's room crying. And he woke up, it was like 4 in the morning. He woke up and we talked for hours. And we talked about talked a lot about, like, is it buffering? Of course it would buffer right now. I can't believe I'm nervous. Why is this so hard to talk about? It's not? Okay. I had
setback, that's all.
You come say it. It's not easy to say.
I know. I'm saying it is. Just don't blow it up to be a start over, you know?
I'm not. I don't know why it's so hard for me to just say it out loud. It's really kind of bothering me that it's so hard. So I messed up. I pinched and purged. And that's the bad news, obviously. And I went into Danny's room and just crying. And I was like, why don't you just leave me already? Why? Like, I can't give you what you need sexually. I can't give you a strong wife who's independent and can be a strong partner. I can't even freaking beat this fucking eating disorder. And he said, yeah, that's what I was about to say, April. Is he was like, well, what would you tell any of your viewers if they came on and said, I messed up after 107 days or 108, I guess. Or was it 107? No, 107. And I would say the same thing I always say to you guys. Don't let it set you back. Don't think of it like a relapse. Don't I'm just trying to, like, I just need this moment for a second and then I'm gonna get over it and move on, because that's what I would tell you to do. So what kind of a hypocrite would I be if I came on here and was like, okay, I'm gonna give up because I messed up. And so I told Danny, and he's like, why is this, like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, now I have to start all over. And he's like, why? And I'm like, because you do. That's how, like, he's like, but why? Says who? And I said, I do, because you have this goal in mind. Like, I had a goal of 100 days, and then once I hit 100 days, I was like, I'm gonna make it a year. And I would feel bad if at my year mark I couldn't say I made it a year knowing that I had that one mess up. And in his opinion, it's it wouldn't mess up. How did you put it?
Which part?
I was telling you that that you were saying it doesn't mean I start over, but I feel like it does. I feel like I have to start at 0 again.
No, you start at 109. Or whatever it is, instead of 110. I don't know what the number is. I think it's 107 today or whatever.
Well, but that's not, I can't say I have a year with no eating disorder behaviors. Because I know that that wouldn't be true. That wouldn't be honest.
Well, you have to be considerate of yourself, baby girl. And everyone on there does too. When dealing with this kind of stuff, be considerate to you working through all of this as hard as you guys are.
Wait.
And the detriment of starting at 0 is more damaging.
Can you guys hear him?
Saying 1 day less than I had before. Does that make sense?
Can you come in here and tell them that? I don't think they can hear you from there, honey. Sorry.
Look. In my opinion, this is just my opinion here, guys, okay? If a mishap or a accident or a deliberate action, I guess, whatever you want to call it, happens during your guys' recovery, I think it's super detrimental to your cause to say, well, I need to start over at 0, because you totally negate the progress and the awesome work that you have done. It's
No,
like
it's not.
you put all this work into something and it's like, oh, I screwed this little piece up. Burn it all. That's not right at all.
I'm not trying to discount that. I'm just saying that in my mind, that's the goal that I gave myself. No eating disorder behaviors. That's what it meant to me.
Okay,
And so I messed up.
great.
So I feel like I
You
have to
don't,
start over.
no, you don't start over, you continue.
And like I wanted to come on here tonight and be like, oh, the bad news is I messed up. The good news is that I'm not gonna let it get me down. And I'm not. That's not what I'm talking. I'm not
That's
saying
good,
that.
then you can start
Yeah,
continuing again.
I'm not saying I'm gonna let this get me down. I'm just saying that in my mind, if you mess up, you mess up, and you no longer can count days if you mess up.
Sure you can.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
That's like saying,
Where's the rule book? Is there a rule book?
that's like saying it hasn't snowed an entire year when it only snowed once.
So you
It
don't.
hasn't snowed at all. Yeah, it did. Remember that one snowstorm? You know?
So you say it snowed once last year. What I'm trying to get through your brain, and anyone else who's struggling with this right now too, is the power that you give your eating disorder. If you start saying, I have to start over from 0, how much power is that giving Ed to say, well, you're at 0 now, so you might as well screw up tonight or whatever, because you don't care for all the work that you got to get here. I don't even honestly, honestly, now that I'm thinking about this, you shouldn't even put it numbers anyway. I know we use numbers as a system of tracking and stuff like that to track progression and whatnot, and that's fine. You are totally not listening to me.
I shouldn't even play it in face. Sorry. Continue.
But The numbers game, just like in weight, is going to drag you down. Does that make sense?
Do not give me money, Sarah. Come on. Seriously, you need it, honey. But thank you, that's very sweet.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
The instant you put a number on it, you are...
But I did that, so I have to own up to what I did.
What?
I chose to put a number on it,
Yeah,
and so
and that's
for
fine.
me to all of a sudden be like, oh, you know what? It's actually not about numbers. That's a cop out, and
Right,
that
no,
tells
no.
Ed.
I'm not saying don't at this point. I'm just saying it's probably not a good idea if you're looking to do this. Does that make sense? Just to start, but we that is our system of tracking stuff. So it's kind of just a double-edged sword there. Back to the point though, I really think that if you start saying I have to start at 0, it negates your previous progressive work to get to this point. What? What?
Wow, that just.
What?
I know why I feel this way.
Why?
Dang, I wish this was Instagram. I wish this wasn't on YouTube.
Why?
I mean, I'll probably delete this anyway, but what if...
Wait, stop. You're jumping around. What's going on? Speak.
I can't say it.
Why?
Because what if they're watching?
Who? The haters? The trolls? Who's? I don't understand what's going on. So they put numbers to it. A certain group of people that we know has had influence on Shanny's constructs of what's appropriate to count.
I kind of agree with them. I sort of agree with them though.
Because that's your training. That's wrong training. Isn't that? That's actually, look, no. To think about that whole thing that you just said, that's very wrong training. There's no way you're going to progress that fast up to their standards when they don't go through it themselves. They have no idea. Yeah, exactly. And look, what do you have to prove to them?
I don't know.
So stop. Knock that. That's more dangerous than even an
I
ant.
don't know what to tell you. This is like how I feel, and it hurts.
I understand.
What am I supposed? I feel stupid.
Don't feel stupid. It's just you got to start feeling different.
And I don't mean.
I know. I know. She's not gonna. For sure, they're gonna watch this. So don't worry about that. I'm gonna pop the lid right here for you.
It's quarantine. I'm probably really bored and watching.
I doubt it. And even if that's true, maybe we should address that right now and just get it out of the way.
Even Tracy.
Because that was years ago.
Even Tracy, though, agrees with it. Like, I would go 2 weeks without seeing her, and I would come back, and she would give me the goal of 2 weeks. There were many times where I only messed up once. She'd be like, okay, let's try again.
Right.
Because you didn't hit it. Let's try again.
Yeah, start from 0. That's not an appropriate thing to do. I don't believe that.
She's a therapist that's been therapizing people for 40 years.
Yes, and training in her field puts it to numbers. Hey, just make sure you people are tracking all their stuff. Tracking gives you a baseline. Tracking gives you stats. Tracking gives you something to to track and trace and watch your patterns. You know all that. You already know all that without needing numbers. You know exactly your pattern. You know exactly what you need to do and what you don't need to do to interrupt and to progress. Look, guys, and this is true for anybody. It's a business thing, okay? You add numbers to a process so that you can track either how it's doing or how good it's doing or how bad it's doing. Okay? I guarantee you
I get that,
every
but that's
therapist.
not what I said I was going to do. What I said I was going to do is not have any behaviors at all for a whole year.
Okay, that was probably.
So I set this
that
stupid
was,
precedent.
It's not stupid. It's very ambitious, which is great. Okay, I didn't know you set that. I would have suggested not do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go as far as you can go. Don't, guys. Let me stress this because I've seen this before. Okay.
Type up your idea to Danny.
When you put restrictions, when you put it's hard to say because I don't want to say your goals are unreachable, but make them open-ended.
I can come up.
It can't be 0 to 100. This is life. There ain't no 0 to 100. There is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all these numbers. See, I'm doing it too. I'm tracking stuff with numbers now, which is what I was just saying not to do, of course.
Take this as a chance to readjust the goal. I like that.
Yeah.
So Dee Dee was saying.
Which is why. Sorry.
Dee Dee came up with this idea. I think you should have a 3 mess up limit. Once you mess up 3 times, you start over.
No.
Why?
No. Because that gives you the opportunity. Oh, I can screw up 2 times. It gives you pitfalls to fall into. Mm-hmm. And you're still trying to control something that might sometimes be out of your control. Mm. It needs to be a very fluid, very kneading like you're kneading dough, stretchy.
Maybe not the number 3, but maybe be like.
You're setting yourself up.
I know, but just say, because that's what went wrong here, is that I said to myself inside and to people, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it to 100 days. Absolutely no eating disorder behavior whatsoever.
And you did.
And then I messed up.
Can I offer?
I'm like, next week my speech is going to come out, and in the speech I'm like, oh my gosh guys, I'm 104 or 6 or something days without eating, and if I can do that, you guys can do anything. And I even fucked it up.
That's true though. Who cares? Look, guys, here's a point, okay? And you need to listen to this, please. You're going to screw up. You're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. That's what we're here on this planet to do, because that's what we need to do to learn. You need to learn that there is stuff that out of your control that may drive you to make a mistake. Shannon, you made this goal. That's great. Okay. Now look at what the world has thrown at us: quarantine and restrictions and all this stuff. You got to stay inside. You got to totally isolate yourself from people. Was that in your plan? Would you have made a goal during this crazy time? Hell no, because you don't know what's going to happen, and it totally has affected you. It's affected me. I don't get affected by crap like this. It's affected me. I hate this. This is bullshit. I need to be out. I need to be doing stuff. I need to be working. I need to be doing it's driving me nuts, guys. This is driving me nuts. And I can't, and I'm what you call normal, if you will, because I don't suffer from any of this stuff. So I guarantee you, you're going to mess up during this time because of all the external stresses that you put on yourself.
But isn't that also giving it an excuse?
No.
Yeah,
you don't plan for that.
I know,
but you accept it that as part of the progression. Okay? There's no wall that you hit. It's a speed bump. Oh man, that sucks. I ran over that speed bump. I better learn to slow down at these times of great stress.
I have too many people to prove this to. This is my last chance.
No.
We all know I'm gonna die if I
What?
stop.
No.
Yes, I am. Come on.
Last chance?
I've done this so many times. I've tried so many freaking times over the past 2 decades. I've tried so hard, and this is like the first time ever that I honestly, truly, and proudly made it so long. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got this, and everything's great, and I'm finally gonna prove so and so wrong, and people on the internet, people in my family, people around me, people in my community. People, I live in a place of black and white. I just do. Like, you're saying that we've got this, what's it called, environment that's happening right now is very stressful, but I also live in a very different environment than most of you guys do. And we live in a world where most people in our lives are very black and white. You either do great or you messed up and you suck and you need to start over type thing. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that I can't take, like, I don't know if I can survive any more people saying that they're disappointed in me. And I love you guys, and this is so great that you and they are being so sweet. But I know what's going to happen if there are certain people in my life that will say something, and I wish I didn't care, but I do. That's my biggest problem in life, is that I care too much about what people think, because I love them and I care for them.
They aren't going through what you're going through. They can pretend they have, they can pretend they do or don't. They are not going through what you're going through. And they never will. They're going through their own bullcrap, Shannon.
They want what's best for me. It's not like they're horrible people. I'm just saying that...
If they want what's best for you, they would never have made those restrictions on you. That's bullshit. They want what's best for them.
Okay, so let's talk about the other people then out there that have, that on the internet. I have a group of people who hate me.
Great, let them hate. So what?
And
they
like to just...
Sorry, I didn't say that.
I already said it like 3 times.
Okay, good.
They like to find whatever they can these days, because it's like, I was doing so well. I think that's a big part of this, is I was doing so well that I was like, I'm proud. I don't care what any troll comes on and says. And not troll, I'm talking people. I know who you are, but you come on under a fake name and try to get to me. Like, don't think I'm that stupid and I don't see it. Where was I going with that? What did I say before that? I got off track.
Worried about impressing them, proving them wrong, whatever.
Because they're looking for any little thing that they can to prove that I'm this horrible person because I hurt them. And they want the world to know that I'm this horrible person, and the things I did to them were horrible. But what else can I do? I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
I don't know how to let... I need people... It blows my mind. Like, why not just leave? If you hate me so bad, and if you're so hurt, and I've apologized a bajillion times over, I don't know what else I can do. I don't know what else I can do.
Shannon, what is this about? Is this about your progression or theirs?
I don't know. I think it might be about
right
proving
now,
them wrong.
You have 70 people right now watching you right now. Hi guys, by the way, thanks for joining us tonight.
I don't want to hurt more people, and I don't want to lose more people. And the old Shanny is the sick Shanny is who did that. And so if I admit that...
You admit that you're human, you're going to help more people from this one mistake than anything. Because you're showing them that, yep, it's going to happen, guys.
Proving all of their doubts inside that no one can ever recover. And they're going to be like, not even Shanny could do it.
Shanny, you have said...
They're not going to say that, but for their own sake, they're going to say, well, Shanny... Shanny did.
You are absolutely done. You're done. This type of thinking is absolutely not good for you right now. It's not good for them right now. You have condemned yourself based on the don't touch me right now, okay? Please.
Can you lower your voice?
No, nope.
Yep.
Nope. I have to outdo your negative thinking.
I'm trying to listen, but please stop.
You're not listening.
Stop yelling and hitting things.
I'm trying to shake you out of this bullshit. Okay? It's not good. This was one mistake, and you're gonna make another one, I guarantee it. And maybe you should prepare for that. But you need to focus, guys. Everyone needs to focus on the great things they're doing. Shannon, I'm reading all of these comments here, and everyone is rooting for you right now. 70 people, okay?
I know, and
You're
thank
talking
you.
about a handful of 5, if that. And they all know who they are. We all know who they are. You didn't kick them out. No one kicked them out. They left you. And fine, give them something to talk about. Oh my gosh, Shanny didn't make it 100 days. Guys, you need to leave. You need to get out of here. You need to show her that she is worthless because she didn't make it a whole year. Man, screw that. Screw them. Screw everything.
And we knew she wouldn't. That's what they would say.
Who cares?
I know, I'm just trying to.
What? You're trying to prove it to
Putting
yourself.
the dialogue. I'm just saying out loud the dialogue that.
What dialogue?
What you just said. That's what they would also say.
Great.
Okay, that's all I was saying.
How's that gonna? Why is that hurting you? These people are out of your life. These people are out of your system.
I'm not trying to be a brat. I'm just trying to be honest. And Dee Dee was
Then
right.
be-
Like I messaged her before, and I was like, "Do you think I should talk about it or not?" And she's like, "As long as you can be strong enough and not dog on yourself for it at all."
Yep. Which
And I
is
was like,
exactly
"I'll
what I
be totally
said.
fine."
Yeah.
And then this happened. I know that's
Exactly.
exactly what you said too.
And
So
why
I'm
do
trying to-
how can me and Dee Dee,
Terrible.
why do we see that?
You know me the best.
Exactly. Now, let's forget about this mistake and let's really worry about what's going on in your brain.
I'm sorry if I'm coming across that I don't like appreciate your guys' approval. Like this really, really does mean a lot to me that you guys aren't like condemning me and hating me and leaving me. I'm just trying to talk through the part of it that's hard. Like I'm so grateful for this, but there's that little part that's hard, and that's the part that causes me to feel that I have to.
What? Prove something? Baby, I want you to think about this very, very lightly. I want to know where the rule book is for your game that you're playing. The answer is there is no rule book. Okay, there's no rule book. I want to know the teams that are out there so that we know exactly what we're up against. Oh, there are no teams. Okay, that's cool. No worries. Okay, so that's 2 things that you don't have to worry about. There ain't no rule book in this situation. There ain't no teams to play against. Your game is you and your brain.
Yeah. Like
So you're worried about what you are going to say about yourself,
I'm just
not any of your
trying to
haters.
explain where that part comes from.
What part? You haven't.
I already decided, and you know this. Like, I don't have the thought of, okay, I messed up, and therefore I've messed up forever, and I'm gonna keep messing up. Do I get to see how I feel?
Yeah, listen. I'm just trying to.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, that, like you asked, everyone's asking, where's this coming from? So I tried, and now, like, I'm trying to explain where it came from. I'm not saying that that's what's consuming me. I'm just saying that that's part of this conversation, and I'm trying to explain where that part of the conversation came from. That's all I was trying to do. Because yes, maybe they're not completely in the front of my mind, but it's in there, and I don't want to keep giving up, and I don't want to keep messing up. That's not my goal. I want to be the example of, yeah, you can mess up and then move on. But you were just asking to explain where all that came from, that I felt it didn't count, and that I felt I need to start over, and that I felt this is how certain people would react. That's all I was trying to tell you. Because it doesn't just affect me, it doesn't just affect these people out there are, they have a tendency to hate also. They're so immature, and I wish I didn't care. I really wish that I didn't give a shit. But these people attack the people in my life that are closest to me too. And I'm sick of seeing that. I'm sick of seeing Lauren get attacked, and Dee Dee get attacked, and Danny get attacked, and people saying horrible things about my husband. I don't know why that's so hard for me to, like, I've always been like this my whole life. I don't understand why it's so hard for me to just why so much what other people think? Because obviously it's like, logically, yeah, they're not worth all of this, but I can't help it. I don't know how to help it. How do I let that go when it's not just hurting me? It's hurtful because they're attacking people in my life that are the closest to me. And then they also attack a lot of other followers. If someone leaves a bad comment and then another follower responds and tries to stand up for me, then they get attacked. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's
So how do you not care?
There's a lot of pressure that, no offense, you guys don't know how this feels and you don't know how it feels, and I'm not trying to be.
So what is the answer, babe? The answer is get off the internet. That's the answer. But you're not going to do that because this is where you belong. Okay? This is where you belong. You need to be here helping these people out.
Do not read this out loud. They're waiting for me to fail so they can prove.
Why are you listening to this person?
I don't know.
Well, you do. I'm going to delete her right now.
Sad.
Nope, she's gone. She is gone.
Sorry, you guys.
Done. No more from her. Shanny, this isn't about your mess up. This is about something deeper here. You don't owe, no offense, anybody. You don't owe anybody anything. That's the truth. You only owe this to yourself. And look, everyone who comes on here, everyone who comes into anything on the internet, especially YouTube, guys, we all know this, comes under threat of verbal whatever. That's the name of the game. That's just the sad truth of the matter. And honestly, they're all cowards. They all have your number.
But I care.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, or else this wouldn't matter. I absolutely care about them because I cared so much for them at one point, and I know their stories. I know why they act like this because I know their background. I know their trauma. I know things that they've gone through. So I can't look at them and be like, you know, I acted like a bitch. I've done it tonight 10 times. I've acted like a bitch so many times, and I get a pass because of where it's really coming from. Why don't they get a pass for where it's really coming from for them?
You gave them a pass.
I feel for them.
You gave them a pass, and they still decided to stab you in the back. You gave them a pass, and why are you getting texts like that bullshit? If they have a pass, they had an opportunity. You have a new goal here. I don't care about Ed right now. You have a new goal. Your new goal is to knock this bullshit out. Because it is hurting you more than your Ed ever has right now.
What do you mean, DD? You've never done anything out of hate. That's the difference. Hate doesn't get passes. I don't get it. I don't know what she means.
You didn't do anything out of hate. You didn't hate on these people to make them leave, to make them treat you like this. They fucking did. And
Sorry,
they
Mom,
still
that's
do it
emotional.
out of hate. You didn't start it. It was all circumstantial. They all took it the way wrong way and made it personal to them. It wasn't. And it's their choice. It is their choice that they continue their aggression. You want to feel something for them, feel bad that they don't have a fucking life to go back to, that they'd rather just pick on you. That's what you should feel. You should not feel love or compassion or anything for them. You should just feel bad. Because you apologized. You've done the max you can do. In fact, no offense, how dare you feel like this on yourself on behalf of the hater's sake? Super fuck them. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to put it to an end. That's just a word to end that conversation. Because they had their chance. They continually have their chance. And now you are completely in the ground. Because of what? Words on a screen? They all have your phone number. They have your address. If they really, really, really felt like this, they'd stop pretending to pick on you with fake emojis that they dug up from some internet bullcrap. And they'd come and knock on your door and really talk to you face to face.
Fake names, you mean?
Huh?
Do you mean fake names?
Yeah, yeah. And perfectly written out, things, like that, whatever that thing was. That was a picture she found, and she said, "Ooh, this is gonna affect Shanny. I'm gonna send that to her."
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you,
Dude,
everybody.
call me up. Call me up. You want to talk? Front door is wide open.
I just wish I could be like that, like naturally, but I can't.
Right, but you're gonna learn now, because we're done with this. You don't have time. I'm gonna talk about the time thing again. Have you guys heard my time speech before, guys? You're gonna love this. Guess what? You don't have time. I'm talking to you.
That's what I'm saying.
You do not have time to worry about this. We talked about your energy reserve last night, right? Everybody has a gas can, guys. Everybody, what?
Never mind. Someone took care of it.
Okay, good. See, there you go.
Thanks, Steph.
Guys, you don't have time to deal with this kind of thinking. You just don't. Our lives are so short here. You do not have time to deal with this. You need to recognize it, you need to address it, and you need to move on. Progress, progress, progress. I can't imagine the energy that is wasted. Hurts my heart. Wasted on stuff like this. And guys, this needs to go. This goes for all of y'all too. Anybody who's dealing with this kind of stuff that Shanny's dealing with right now, if you think you feel like in your same boat, I'm talking to you too. You don't have energy for this, guys. Don't use your precious lifetime here discussing theoretical bullcrap like this. We are literally talking about nothing, really, when you think about it. Nothing. They're talking about computer bits and bytes and stuff that appears on these magic screens for us. Unless they are coming into your life and physically touching you, you don't have time for that.
I'm gonna cry. Mia's here.
Who?
Mia.
Who's Mia?
What Mia did next. Amazing.
What?
Covered. Wonderful human.
Oh.
She made a video about me a long time ago, and she was saying that Shanny butts and Shanny vaginas, and nothing's stronger than a vagina. You remember her?
Yeah, a
My
little bit.
sisters found it, and they were like bragging to all their friends that this
Was it the one that
YouTuber
just
made a video about
was
me.
this one that just barely made a video the other day that you showed me?
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But Mia
Well, hi, Mia.
is fully
Welcome.
recovered, and she's like, it's her job now to do therapy type stuff, right?
Mia, question for you then, since you.
But I was on her live the other day, and I told her that I was 100, because I was at the time,
Sure.
100 and whatever days.
You still are. You're just gonna negative one day. Instead of I'm clean 107, I'm clean 106. Because that work is still there, Shannon. It's still there. It doesn't just disappear. You need to get it out of your head that it has to be 0 or 100. Your black and white world is going to kill you. There is so much gray, and let's not even talk about gray. There is so much color out there, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. Black and white are constructs, babe. And you have to come with grips with that reality that is not black and white. People are going to come in and out of your life, especially on the internet, so quick. So quick. Learn from them. See what they have to offer. Take what you can, give everything back. But Shannon, when you're here crying and letting it affect you so fucking hard, that is the red flag. That is your body, that is your mind, that is your heart telling you, you don't have time for this. You don't have energy for this. You need to focus on, I need to get to 107 days come Monday. That's what you need to be focusing on. And that goes true for everybody else out there too. Take however many days, take however many mistakes you make, and progress through it. This world is all color, Shannon. Black and white are constructs. You guys know what constructs are? Let me tell you what constructs are. Constructs are building pieces. Okay, when you build a building, there's your foundation, and then there are constructs. Constructs are the big, huge beams that kind of hold the frame together, right? In our minds, we make constructs about stuff in our minds. Let me tell you my personal experience with a construct. When I was in Texas on my mission, we had a family that we visited who were Middle Eastern, very cool family, and they made a dish, a bowl of soup called, I'm gonna butcher this, so I apologize. Mulhia. There's a deep ch in there. If you're not getting it, I'm sorry, but it's called mulhia. And guys, I'm telling you, this bowl of soup looks like someone ate a bunch of like white, oh man, I'm gonna throw up, just think about it, white stuff. It's literally making me gag. Man, wow, oh my gosh, I haven't thought about this for a while. And threw it up in this bowl, okay?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part. What?
The mulahia that I was served, the constructs in my...
On your mission?
Yeah, the soup. And it looks bad, and it smells worse. And like, here guys, eat this. And we're like, no thanks. That looks like a big bowl of crap. Like, no, it's really good. In my mind, instantly, I made a construct saying, nope, that to me looks bad, and it smells bad, and I'm not going to eat it. So I never ate it. We went over there 100 times, and I never ate it. Guys, you know what it was? What I found out, when I found out what it was cauliflower soup. Cauliflower and cheese soup, and the only reason it smelled bad is because they put a little, whatever their weird spice, Indian spice in it, and all it did was spice up a little bit, but it makes it smell bad. To me.
You love cauliflower.
I love cauliflower cheese soup, but in my mind, I made a construct saying, nope, that ain't gonna happen. Instantly poo-pooed this dish of food that they were offering us freely, by the way, and said, no, looks like crap. I'm not going to eat that. Guys, we do that with so many things in this life. We make so many constructs. We make so many things of this is 100% how it has to be. And I'm here to tell you and you guys that it ain't like that. If you guys have constructs in your mind right now, tear them down. You need to tear them down and be open to be flexible. to push and pull and tug and yin and yang, whatever you guys want to call it.
Real quick, for anybody who's wasting their time saying that I shouldn't be going live and I shouldn't be live right now, I'm not a normal YouTuber. I don't do fun videos. I do serious, like, this is the way that our community connects with each other. So this is actually helping me and
Saying this you shouldn't go live.
I think a few people that I've never even heard of before, which makes me think they're undercover as usual.
Yeah, great. Hey, welcome guys. Thanks for joining us.
It's fine. And I'm
You
like
guys
not
are- you guys
normally
are-
I'm in the mood to be like, hey, what are you going through? What's your day like? And tell us, because like you're welcome here. Just be kind. But right now I don't feel like it. So just
Israel,
I'm not gonna stop. So you
probably
can go
it.
if you need to. It's okay.
That was probably it.
You guys are
Oh,
all wonderful.
Nice
Thank
job,
you.
Karina. Nice.
I'm not ignoring. I'm reading everything, and it means a lot to me.
Okay, let's move on. What are we going to learn from this?
Well, Mia was just saying, I think I should answer her. 'Cause she's like a therapist. You're welcome, honey. You've learned a lot in the last 100 days. What can you do with it? There's so much which is valuable there. There are 100 examples of how you do this well. What are those? 107, first of all. Just kidding. But for real. Do you mean like how I did it, like painting? I got out of my own head and tried to help other people. This is the first night in a long time I feel like I haven't done that. Like I've made it a point every night to come on and keep the lives completely positive and to try and like help other people. But because I messed up, I was in this mood, and so of course we're talking about it. But like my other lives have been amazing and helpful for people. Specifically, what did you do when thoughts, feelings, or urges came up? Painting, go in his room. We don't sleep together, not because of marriage problems. We just have sleeping issues. Praying once in a while. I would go live a lot, going live a lot, and I would purposely like ask other people, what are you going through? And I can try and give you some sort of advice. I'm not a doctor, but like I can at least encourage you and give you some sort of advice. And that really helped a lot, because then those streams would go for an hour, maybe 2, sometimes 3 hours. And then by the time it was over, I was like, oh, I don't really have the urge anymore, so I'm just gonna go to bed, you know? Why did they help? How did they make you feel? They made me feel like I had purpose. Kind of felt that void of not being able to have my kids, and it's a void that's already been filled for a while now, but even more so, like, because before it was like, oh, I only talk about myself, and then when I started talking about other people, I felt so much better about myself, and I felt proud of myself, and I wanted to keep going because I wanted to be that example to all those out there that do for some reason look up to me. I don't want to be the example of you just,
Paige, what are you doing?
I don't know. No, don't give it. No, buy some paints and you can pay for it. You're so sweet. Please don't give me money. I
You're
feel
sweet.
terrible.
You're sweet, Paige.
Thank you. I mean, thank you, but don't feel like you need to do that. But thank you. That's sweet. Behaviors and when they pop up are massive. I'm listening to all you, not just Mia, by the way. It's rare that Mia is here, so I kind of want to. Behaviors and when they pop out of them are a massive clue. We want connection, purpose, comfort, and distraction. So I was doing the right thing. I mean, I'm sure maybe I don't necessarily need to do that here, but maybe figure out what triggered it and address that. But I think in my head, what triggered it is, a situation, but it wasn't just the situation. It was also all these people are saying I'm a failure anyway, and that I'm a fraud, and that I'm not a good example to all these young girls out there, and I'm killing them basically by being a horrible example and not going inpatient treatment. Therefore, I have no validity to my message. I'm just trying to see where it came from. So, like, yes, the situation happened last night that triggered, but it wasn't about. It was like the tip of this iceberg that has been building up.
That was that message. What triggered you? Did you show me?
No.
Oh. Gotcha.
No, it doesn't matter. That's not important.
Okay.
But like the trigger was like literally the tip of an iceberg that's been building from these people, and I wish I didn't care. I wish so hard that I didn't care. Wait, why was Paige hidden?
Huh?
Why was Paige hidden? What happened?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, shit, what happened? Stop! Give me money, Jesse. You don't need to do, seriously, please. It's making like I feel bad. I mean, I'm grateful. I don't want to be a brat, but
That's sweet though.
it's very, very sweet.
You guys are
I
sweet.
understand the gesture because
Yeah.
I know you guys just want to hug me. And
If
you
I
need
may.
to say 5 good things about yourself by the end of your live stream. I feel like I can do that. And it will be more than what it used to be. It used to be like my hair, my eyelashes, like I genuinely feel. Do you mean like inside, outside? Let's be more specific. I'll never deny that I have a good heart, ever. That's my biggest blessing and my biggest curse, is that my heart is so big that I feel other people's emotions, and I think that's why I care so much. When I know a person and I know that they feel a certain way about me, I in turn feel it because I can literally feel anybody's emotions that's in the same room as me. I do need to paint. It's been a month. Probably has something to do with it.
And the fact that we've been quarantined for a month probably has something to do with it. Don't you think?
Yes, empath problem, exactly. I'm severely empathetic, and it's a curse. Sometimes it's a blessing, right?
You just need to learn who deserves it and who doesn't. That's your problem.
Thanks, you guys.
You're reading all these, right? You guys are amazing, by the way. You really are.
I don't know how I got so lucky to have you all in my life. Seriously. I feel so, so grateful for you guys. You've seen such amazing people. We have an amazing community. You guys are awesome. And can we please stop and credit Mia for that too? Because she's like, there's not a very big community on YouTube about mental health and eating disorders, especially eating disorders. I would say that technically I have the most subscribers in the eating disorder community, but Mia has the most help. Like, she's beat it, and she now helps people for a living, and she gets, and I'm grateful, thousands of people coming to her because she can tell it. She can say, I was there and this is how I got out of it. Like, Mia is incredible. Every time she posts a video, I watch it right away. She is so sweet and so wise and kind and yet firm. What's the word? She's a really amazing human, and I'm so grateful for her. I don't know where any of us would be without her. We talk about you all the time. Yeah, I don't know if you're still here, but we talk about you all the time. Yeah. That's a good metaphor. Danny likes metaphors too.
Yes, thank you, Mia. Judas Priest. That's perfect.
And I'm not trying to like only read Dee Dee's and only read Mia's. I'm reading everything, just not out loud. And I'm grateful for every single one of you here. I have to. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I pushed you.
No, you almost just lost your phone, that's all.
Well, we've got Mia here. It's the best thing to say to people in my life that only want what's best for me. But if they say something like, that doesn't count, you have to start over.
I would argue that they don't want what's best for you. They want what's best for them. Because if they want what's best for you, Shannon, they wouldn't.
I think
word
they
it
also
like
go
that.
off of like how a lot of the world thinks too.
Yeah.
You know?
That's my point exactly. I made that point earlier. And the people you're talking about, and I know who they are, if we can talk about a group of less perfect people, you know what I mean? That's right, Becca. A lot of the world doesn't understand this. They can try, right? They can try. But unless they're working it, it's not going to do it. Danny, good job today with helping Shannon with oh, thank you, Angela. I appreciate that.
Me too.
Steph said nobody who wants what's best for you wouldn't say that. And baby girl, maybe you just got to realize that, fine, yeah, they want what's best for me, that's great. But you are the one in your life working on your stuff. Shit, I want what's best for you, right? I could name off 100 million things right now that would totally benefit you. But they'd be against what you're wanting to do and what you want to accomplish and what you want to do with your life, right? Now, do I make you feel bad about that? No. Hell no. Because I know that you have to do it your way. Just like all of you guys. And the best part about this community, guys, in my opinion, is that we simply get to come on here and share our experiences. My experience with that is 100% different than Steph's experience with this, or from Mia's, or from Duro from Poland, or from Kaylee, or from, you know, this is how this works, is that we just share experiences so that we don't feel like we're in this alone, because we're not. We are not in this alone. We're all in this together, way together.
Were you able to follow through with that, Mia? You said, set your boundaries with them. I told my unhelpful family and friends to never comment on my weight, appearance, food, or recovery. If they broke that boundary, that was on them.
Exactly.
Did they ever break it? And were you able to, like, what did you do if they did? What happened if they did? What did you say? Like, I'm scared that I'm not brave enough to be like, guys, I told you. Because I have told some of these people, they totally broke it. And so when they say it, instead of getting mad at them, even though they know that I don't want them to say stuff like that, I don't know why, but I just like, I feel like I'm gonna hurt them or something, or I feel like I'm gonna make them feel bad about themselves and they're gonna feel like they're a bitch.
They are. Quit protecting them from them.
Well, I care about
That's very sweet. It is. That's very sweet of you to think like that. And that's not a bad thing that you care for them. Where it becomes a bad thing is when you take that and internalize it and turn it into hate for yourself. Someone said on there, someone said something about poison earlier, or venom. It was venom. I like that verbiage.
What?
Do you condemn snakes for having poisonous venom in them? Do we actively go out and destroy them because, whoa, they have venom? No. We realize how dangerous they are and we back up. We give them space. We let them just do their thing, just away from us. Okay? Oh, but I love snakes. They're so freaking cool. They're the best animal in the world. That's great. That doesn't mean you have to go up to them and hug every snake full with venom just to show them you love them. You don't have to do that. Your love should be like, I'm not killing you. That's my love for you. Right? I got a new analogy. It's the snake venom one. That's my new favorite.
That's true, Steph. Good point.
What were you pointing out? Sorry.
You were raised to take care of people who hurt you.
That's true.
She's talking about my dad, obviously.
Well, all of them.
No.
Yep.
Just my dad. And then Mia said, hold on. I would tell them I understood that it was hard to understand, but that I was the expert on my recovery. They needed to follow my lead, and until they could do that, I had to limit their access to me.
Mm-hmm.
How do you? I don't want to do that.
Limit their access? I just did it for you with that one.
Then, no, I know, but like with family members, like I'm just like such a wuss. I'm not brave enough, but maybe I should try. And then stuck by that. Yeah. I would remove myself, and then when they tried to reach out, I'd make sure they knew the conditions of my recovery. Do you remember like what you said? Like, because I get nervous. Here's the thing. I'm used to being the baby of the family. I'm used to everybody being older than me, which means that everybody else is always right. So I get really nervous talking to some people in my family, and this isn't my whole family. I love my family. I even love these couple of people. I love them dearly, and that's what makes this so hard. And like, I think we all have people like that in our lives. It doesn't mean they're bad people. They just don't understand, and sometimes, and maybe they do at this point, and I just don't know it. Maybe they, who knows? Should I give them the benefit? Maybe they've grown. I know my mom has. My mom at first punished me for it. She grounded me when she found out I was bulimic. That's how she handled it. But then she did her research on it, and then she understood. And now she completely gets everything. So she, if it slips out, like if she walks by me and says that she looks fat today or whatever, if that slips out, she'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But she's conditioned to say that because of how she was treated by my dad. So it's like, in my mind, I'm like, well, other people are conditioned because look at what he expected of her. I grew up watching my mom, who is my everything, being super skinny because she had to be. And I watched her every day exercise on her bike for a whole hour, even though she was like 100, she was like 100 pounds, and just completely just exercising constantly. I'd hear my dad tell her, you better not get fat, or you better not, or like your hair looks awful, you look. And so like she developed this complex that she looks awful all the time, and she vocalizes it all the time. And what am I supposed to say? to her. I feel bad that she went through that. And so I enjoy recognizing that in people. And maybe I should just say that. Maybe I should be like, Mom, I know what you went through because I listened to it my whole life. And it's hard. But she's learned out of all of them. Don't you agree?
I do. Yeah.
But other people haven't, and it's like I know them so well and love them so much that I know where it comes from for them. And so then I just automatically, my stupid heart just makes me feel bad for them instead of upset.
No. That's not what it does at all.
What do you mean?
Your beautiful golden heart takes their pain and internalizes it into you. It comes off as, I feel so bad for them. But what you really need to say here and be honest with yourself is, I feel so bad for you that I'm going to hate on myself to make your pain feel better.
Those people love me, and I love them. That's all I'm saying. It just makes it hard. And I know everyone can relate. I'm just saying that, like I even feel bad right now because what if a family member is watching and now that family member is gonna go say that I was like talking to 71 strangers about this.
Hi, this is Shanny's life. You're welcome.
Disrespectful I am and stuff.
Nope, not their life. They know what you're about. It's been years. Get over it, move on. Come to the door and we'll have a chat real quick. They have your number. They have our address. If they really, really, really wanted to talk about it, they know where we live. And you're welcome. You guys are welcome. Come on over, let's chat. Let's chat about Shannon's life. I don't think it is.
Don't freak me out like that.
What?
What if it is?
But she's clapping, so she must agree. Great, whatever. Who cares?
It's true.
We got some good stuff here, guys.
Page.
Will all these be saved if you save this live?
I'll be able to read them.
Oh, well, that's good.
I do love you. It's not whether you deserve their support, it's whether they are capable of giving it. I'd love to give everyone $1 million, but I don't think I have it, so don't ask me. But I don't have it, so don't ask me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. I like that. Aw, thanks, Angela.
If I had $1 million, I'd give it to my family.
I know you would. Which really pisses me off. Because I'm afraid you're going to win.
There are people
you're
that
gonna win
need it
some
more than I
jackpots.
do.
You're going to win some jackpot sometime, and we're not going to see a dime. I'm going to be like, hey, babe, I heard you won. What happened to it? I gave it all away. What?
I'll literally just go give it to a bum on the street or something.
And that's really sweet of you. That's
It's
really
$10,000.
sweet.
Have a great day.
Very sweet of you.
It's not sweet. It's stupid, and it's messing up my whole life.
It
and
is
I need
kind
to
of.
fix it.
It is kind of.
How do I get out of
It
it?
is reckless,
I used to think it was.
but it is sweet.
Yeah.
But it is reckless because you've got to watch out for yourself first, and then help others. You've got to get in the mode of airplane crashing. Okay, oxygen mask come down. The rule is you put yours on first, then you help others if you can. Mia's right here. Mia's saying it all over and over and over and over again.
What?
Mia keeps saying it over and over and over again.
Saying what?
That you help yourself first, then you can help others. And luckily, we get to do this and help not only each other, but get her help through this as well. What?
It's tough.
Let's bring that up real quick. Yeah. Steph, you brought up a good point. Good, because over the last couple of days, because she had to write this, or she had to do this video for the conference, and it has brought some stuff back out that I thought we were kind of over. but there were journals and there were pictures and there were all kinds of crazy crap that she went through. And I'm 100% sure that young Shannon has been affected by this, and you're seeing live what can come of that. Huh. And that's okay. That's okay. It's all okay. Hey. Is there truth in that? Yeah. Is it a good truth? Hmm? Hmm? Okay, let's give you some credit now, okay? Can we give you some credit? 106, what do you have? 106 days. 107 days. Through one of the most craziest times in our world with all of the stress. And let's also throw this in there. Utah's been having its own little things. We live in Utah, guys, by the way, if you don't know. And that's stressful with all of our little mini quakes and crap, right? They scare the shit out of you, right? All this preparing, all of this uncertainty and everything like that, it's going to churn some shit up. And if anyone says that they're not feeling it from this, bull crap. Okay? I'm one that is least affected by anything external because I know how to regulate it. And when I see it affecting me as it has, I cannot imagine those who are more sensitive to that kind of stuff, i.e. you. Let's go back to that. Even through all of this, what did you decide to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go live every night and talk to these wonderful people about their woes and about their feelings and thoughts, and let's have fun and let's try and help and everything like that. That is amazing. And that's awesome. No wonder you're feeling like crap right now, though. You need to be proud. You need to feel super strong and super accomplished right now. You need to spin this whole story on its head. I made it 107 days before external and internal, all of this kind of crazy storm put me to my knees one day.
No, Sarah was just saying, I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to leave, and so D was like, leave or something. So, but I think it was all a miscommunication because I know both of you.
So let's think about this, guys. Let's think about.
Oh, you said bye.
Let's reduce.
Paige, stop.
You guys knock that off right now. But you're so sweet.
I feel bad. Like it make.
Don't feel bad. You're fine.
I'm not crying to make money from you people. Like I want you to save it for yourself. You've got better things to do.
Hey. Use that big heart of yours and appreciate what these people are willing to give you.
Well, can we go give it to some?
Yes, the bill collectors. We can give it to them.
Okay, we'll give it to the bills.
We'll pass
it
on.
Take off stress.
We'll keep our economy going.
Thanks, guys. You're sweet.
Okay,
Thanks,
let's think about this. Let's really take a minute here. Actually, let's even go back one more step here. Okay, I'm gonna get all super doctory on you guys. You ready for this?
Yeah, Sarah's saying that it's rude that these people have made me feel this way, right, Sarah? Sarah's, guys, she's a big part of our community. She's cool. I think that's what you're saying. Anyway, continue.
Okay. This is what we're all going to do real quick. Everybody, I'm talking to all 76 of you right now.
You know what else I just failed at?
Not listening to me?
What did I say when I came back to YouTube? I'm not going to let negativity onto YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, crap. Oops.
Personal negative live streams.
Oops.
I mean, I'm glad because, like, You needed it, but
Then you need it. You take
I'm sorry.
again. This is your life. This is your YouTube, so not theirs. Okay, everybody. This is what we're gonna do. Everyone listening. This is what we're gonna do. Everybody, take a deep breath, and you're gonna start in through your nose, and you're gonna go out through your mouth. The key here is you're gonna make your lungs hurt. I want you to breathe in as deep and as meaningful as you can. Breathe it all in right now. Everyone, in through your nose.
okay, step.
Make your lungs hurt, and then blow it out as hard as you can. All of it. All there.
Do you usually have functioning lungs? Does she have to do it?
As best as you can. And maybe that's the point of breathing. You breathe as best as you can.
That's her best. Probably.
Great. And that's it. I'm not asking you to be go like me. I'm asking you to do for you.
Your younger self, parent yourself. Rock and comfort your younger Shanny. I mean, like I was showing you, where are those pictures?
I put them away.
Why?
Because I saw what it was doing to you.
No, it was a good thing.
Mm-mm.
I told you that picture. I used to look at that little girl, the fat one.
Yeah.
I used to look at that little girl and think she was disgusting.
Okay.
But I don't anymore. Now I see that picture and I see the pain in her eyes.
Great. Look right
That's
there.
progress.
Great. Look right there.
What?
There she is. Right now.
No.
Yep. Watch. There she is.
Stop.
Look at. Oh, there she is. Now you can tell her. She'll listen.
You can tell it.
Won't be as effective as until it comes from you. Oh, I'm putting you on the spot. You hate me so hard right now. Anyway, thank you for breathing. Okay, now let us really
I wish I had made sure yet.
Let us really simplify this, guys. Okay? Let's really simplify this. Let's all be proud that we made it through today. What's today? April
Yeah,
17th? 16th? I don't even know what day it is. Whatever today
19th,
is.
I think.
Okay, the 19th.
20th,
We all made it through today. And if that's not true, you made it through half the day.
Kevin Spacey is here.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, good to see you, sir. That is awesome. Can we have a couple $1 million? We're really in a hard time right now. We
I
could
need
really
to
use
go
it.
give it
That's
to
just you. If you didn't make it through the day, guys, you made it through half a day. If you didn't make it through half a day, you made it through a quarter of the day. If you didn't make it through a quarter of the day, you made it through an hour. If you didn't make it through that, you made it through this minute. You're still with us. It's been 104 minutes, so you've made it at least 104 minutes. My point here, guys, is that I want you to be careful, and I'm talking to you, babe.
Thank you, Kajanaki.
When you make these grand, huge goals, I wish I knew that you made a goal of a year. I didn't know that. I had no idea that
Well, it
was
started
your...
with 100 days. Then when I hit 100,
Okay.
I was like, I can do anything.
Yes, and you still can. Because you hit 100, which means I can do anything, even if I fall to my knees one time.
Will you ask Mia now that she's here? She wasn't here in the beginning.
What?
The big argument that started this whole thing was I told Danny I messed up, and he said, okay, now what? And I said, well, now I have to start over. And he's like, no, you don't. And I'm like, yes, I do. He's like, why would you have to start over? And I'm like, because I can't, like, go make it to the year mark and knowing that I had one day, and I can't honestly say on January 3rd, 2021, that I made it a year because I have the knowledge that I did have that one day. So I feel like I have to start back at 0. And he
Question.
says I don't.
Question. Why can't you just go, what was your date?
I set a goal for 100 days,
Wait.
and then on my 100th day, I set a goal to make it till January 3rd.
January 3rd.
Yes.
What
She was
is
asking if-
what is the problem of simply pushing it to January 4th? That's still a year if you want to put into a number of being clean.
That's not clean, because I had a day of dirty.
Yes, but you've now overcompensated that by going another day past a year. Who cares where the number falls? Who cares where the dirty falls? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no,
There is no
year.
rule book. There is no judge coming up them stairs. There is no ref throwing out the flag. There is nobody keeping score except for you.
This was a leap year.
Paige, I'm trying to accomplish something here, and you ain't helping.
Speaking my language. I see what you're saying. If I went to January 4th now, then there would still be 365 days clean.
Yes. And what's wrong with that? Again, no judge is going to come up there and be like, well, let me show you here. They're going to whip out the book of tracking you, because they do that. None of this exists.
You don't know that. Have you been to the mall?
Yeah, there's no one there. Have you been to the mall?
Not lately, because
Okay.
of quarantine.
Well, there's no one there. Yeah, I mean, honestly, they probably have more people now because of the quarantine than they ever have without quarantine. Our malls suck. Anyway, there is no judge, no rule book, no tally thing, no none of that. Because honestly, what you're telling people right now when you think like that is you're setting yourself up for failure. That's what you're doing.
1 week. And that's not even saying 1 week without behaviors, just 1 week of working on very small achievable goals. I think I pushed myself so hard because I've tried doing it that way so many times with so many different therapists, and I always fail. So I was like, oh, that kind just isn't going to work for me. But maybe I just wasn't ready at the time, or I don't know, because I know that has helped other people. But that's why I was like, if I could stay accountable to everybody and set a huge goal, huge enough that I will be out of the habit of it. That's why I was asking you on your live the other day, Mia. I was asking you, how long did it take you to have healthy relationship with food? How long did it take you to be quote unquote normal again? Like, I was asking her, like, I'm waiting for it to become my new normal, and it's starting to, so I was proud.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's my new normal to not purge.
Right. And that still is.
But it still comes in my head a lot, and sure. I still have to fight it most days, but I'm feeling it a little happen. So I asked her how long it took her, and she said, what did you say?
I guarantee
2 or 3 years or something?
Well, I guarantee she still has those problems every now and again. It still has to come up in her head.
I have a client right now who is chronic. She started with 1 hour.
There you go. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Wow.
You go 1 hour.
Yes, you need to follow her, April. Oh my gosh, she's incredible. I'm sure you're all subscribed already, but if not, go subscribe. She's amazing. She's very helpful. She's a helpful channel. Like, please go watch her for guidance. She's incredible. I love it when...
Right there, look what she said. Oh, for sure, for years. Fully recovered now, no thoughts, no behaviors, no worries. That's great. That's awesome. So see, there's even more progression than I'm giving you. What?
Nothing for about 3.5 years now. And it took you 2 years to get to that. How long had you been
Thank you, Julia.
purging
Did you read that?
stuff? Yeah. That's why I was laughing.
Oh, I thought you were saying the one from Poland. Oh, but hi from Poland, or hi from America.
Poland. I work with people who've been sick for 40 plus years, and they're now fully recovered. Thank you, Mia. You're so incredible. I look up to you so hard. Purging for 6+ years. It was the first behavior I got rid of. Wow. I'm really proud of you, by the way. That's, like I was telling you the other day, you're my inspiration. You always have been since the day I found you. I was like, shit, I'm gonna be that someday. Mia can do it, I can do it.
You got this.
Oh, I should probably go. Thank you for this. I was gonna do some singing, but yeah, Karina. Well, that was a heavy live stream and I really enjoyed it. Seriously. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't tell if you're being facetious or not.
No, I mean for real. Like overall, I feel really good right now. And I feel really grateful. All of you guys were very helpful.
You guys are awesome.
And I'll work on it. And
I'll be honest, it is super nice when it's not just me saying this kind of stuff. When I see 70, 80 people in here saying the same thing,
thanks.
I feel better. I feel supported. Holy crap. Is this how you feel? When you got all these people supporting you? Got a little small army behind you?
Everyone's begging for common karaoke.
What? Who's
Cheer us all
everybody?
up to end this on a happy note.
Who's everybody?
Gotta run to me.
Angela.
Okay, good luck.
There's one.
You got this. Shiny. Your recovery is not reset. You're going to strengthen your recovery by learning from what happened. Thank you, Mia. I really appreciate that. Good luck with your clients today. Love you too.
Bye, Mia. Thank you.
Who told Mia to come on? That was so a sweet little surprise. All of you. I know I'm like favoring Mia, but she's never on here, and so I
Kaylee,
just feel
that's
really
two.
grateful
I'm
that-
only seeing two people who want this.
Huh?
Karina's 3. Ooh, April.
Good.
That's
Ooh, I'm
cool.
cool.
Hey, read April's. Look at that.
Wow.
Nice, April. Good job.
Oh, she took it away.
Oh, why'd you take it away? I thought it was a good job.
Who went to get Mia? Mia, that was really sweet. Thank you for doing that. I don't think she's ever been on one of my lives ever. Comic, everyone wants it. Okay.
Okay, you all get
But-
one round, and then we're all going to bed because we are freaking tired.
Here's what I want, okay? Because this is how I deal with things. Once we talk about the deep stuff, which we've done, I need you to make me laugh. Nothing's off boundary here because
Oh, jeez.
we're all on the same page. I like to laugh about my trials, as we all know. So you can say whatever you want, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are gonna win this and make me stop singing from laughing. If you're new around here, comment karaoke is where Danny plays creep on the ukulele, and I sing your comments, and I make up a song with your comments. And the way that you win comment karaoke is to make me laugh so hard that I stop singing, or to make Danny laugh so hard that he stops playing. And that's how you win. So now I did purge, so who knows if I can even sing. Probably gonna be, we'll see.
It's going to be perfect. That's what it's going to do. Because you have 100+ days of not purging.
And I was gonna say, oh, I'll probably put this on private. I'm not gonna delete it because maybe I'll go back and use some of it for like a helpful video someday or something like that. But it will go on private. So just thank you for being here for me, and I'm gonna keep fighting, and I hope you guys will keep fighting with me, please. And for yourselves is what I mean, please. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and read them later. That's why I'm not deleting it. I'm just putting it on private so I can go back and read everything. But every comment I saw was so sweet and loving and helpful, so thank you. I'm not good at this game, so I'm gonna say goodnight. Love you, Bridget. Thanks for being here.
Hey guys, can I also throw a shout out to our moderators
All
that we
of,
have
yeah,
helping?
you guys are great.
Thank you for controlling those people who were obviously just on here to be dickbags. I appreciate that
We
because
all know who they are, so
I read them and I
I
personally get
appreciate-
heated about it. Like I
yeah.
was about to rip on that one dude that y'all deleted real quick, so thank you for that.
don't worry, it
Keeping-
wasn't a dude.
Whatever.
Okay, sorry, I'll stop being petty. I'm just. All right, make us laugh, guys. I need it. Paint. Maybe I'll go paint real quick after this. Maybe I'll make a painting. The mud. Whoa. The mud's always here. I lost my place. Thank you, moderators. Ick, LOL. My skin is as clear as an alligator's back. I'm bored in the house, and I'm in the house boy, motherfucking house boy. It's a TikTok thing. I'm not, cause I haven't paid attention to comments lately on my bananas. I was trying to get it out. There was a new cover photo on my phone of me sleeping, and I want spaghetti salad. I love spaghetti salad. Other people eat that? Yes, and let's see appreciation for the mods. Steph. Birds eating chicken. I got my first pap smear a couple days, like months ago, and I wanted to be funny, so I told the doc. Wait, what? Wait, I don't get it. Hold on, let me do that again. I got my first pap smear a couple months ago, and I wanted to be funny, so I told the doc, yay, and she also said, yay. Then I said confetti and made a gesture as if I was. What? You're amazing. I love fluffy bunnies. Come on, guys, throw it at me. I'm crazy with pizza coming out of my nose. That's just how life goes. Free bird, sorry I had to. I still don't get that joke. Sometimes I feed my chicken, and I wonder if they know that they're cannibals. Memes you is that animal abuse. Toilet paper, angel food, cupcakes. After it's done, something. What are you talking about? Sandra Twizzlers. Ooh, I want Twizzlers. I like to put Barbies on my cat's back like she's a horse. Same, I did that as a little girl. It was painfully awkward. I got attacked by a chicken once, and I am a savage, sassy, moody, nasty, happy unicorns, they go rough riding, Shanny jokes about my mess up. I'm not kidding. Please make fun of me right now. I need it. Ashley. More zebras. I love cat pictures. Same. I thought I had to pass gas once, but then I should. 'Cause she's not a failure. Ooh. I'm making fun of you, you weirdo. Asparagus. I need to private message you when you can. Let me know. I know I'm going down LOL. Slipped into a puddle while running toward my Lamborghini. We love you. I have nothing good to say, clearly. Daddy, please don't pass gas. You already did. Do people really eat spaghetti salad? I do. I dropped my pepperoni pizza in Daddy's Dr. Pepper. He probably ate that pizza, even though he hates soggy pizza. But the fact that it was Dr. Pepper is what made him eat it. And now he loves soggy Dr. Pepper pizza. Please explain spaghetti salad. I thought it was something I made up. Maybe I did. Oh, were you joking before?
Oh, they were joking.
I don't. What's spaghetti
Oh,
salad?
it's so good. So you take leftover cold spaghetti noodles, cut it up if you want, and put Catalina dressing, the red sweet Catalina dressing, and shredded cheese. That's it. It's incredible. It's like a cold marinara sweet thing. It's amazing.
Okay, great.
You would hate it,
I would eat it.
but it's good. No, you can use the sauce if you want, but I think it's better with Catalina dressing. The red dressing. It's really good. Well, you guys suck. You didn't even make me laugh hard enough. Just kidding. Did you laugh at all?
I laughed at your slip off
I
thing.
think we're all just tired. What happened last night? I know you were tired.
I think it's a good place to end it. How about you?
Yes. Okay, so I know a lot of you are struggling. Casey, especially right now. Casey overdosed. She's
Oh crap, Casey, I'm sorry.
And I tell you about her all the time.
You gotta hang in there, dude. Hang in there.
Tell her how much I love her.
She doesn't stop
All of
talking about
you.
you. I
I
mean,
talk
really,
about
she doesn't
you a
talk.
lot.
She talks about all y'all, like all the time. So
Like, if there's
Don't
a
think
scenario
you're, like-
happening in our day, I'll be like, oh, Casey went through that. Or, oh, Sarah's going through that right now. Or, oh, Bridget does that. Or, like, I refer to you guys a lot, and I care about you guys. Go to bed, you filthy animals. So please stay strong, and I will too. Okay? Deal? Yes? How about, let's do some purple hearts, because we haven't done that in a long time. I don't think we've done it on here at all. My audio sucks, probably. Purple hearts, which means anti-suicide, anti-self-harm, and then we're also going to add in anti-eating disorder behaviors, but also anti-beating ourselves up if we mess up. And what's the opposite of anti-pro-type?
what? Pro-type? What?
Opposite of anti. Pro.
there's no opposite of anti because it's just
I know. Yes, there is. I know there is. Anti or pro. Tie.
well, I think we should say pro tie now.
Okay. So anti pro tie. I forget his name. Okay. Thanks for all the purple hearts. Pro. See? But not pro tie. Pro tie is our new word for when. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Okay. New word, yes. We'll figure out how to use it. Someone use it next time to remind me. That'll be our word. I'm gonna send it to the Oxford dictionaries. We've made up other stupid words in our community before and they stick. And now like for me, laxatizing, that's not a word, but it stuck. Well now I can't think of any, but we've made up a lot together. It's funny. Thanks for the purple hearts. Alright, I love you guys. Thank you. Seriously, like I'm really, really grateful for you guys. So we will see you tomorrow and
Can I real quick? I would also like to thank you guys for being so awesome and supportive and loving to my beautiful wife.
stop it. You got me so sweet all the time.
They deserve it too.
Yeah. I meant they just
Okay.
love you guys. Remember forever and always that you're beautiful.
You're worth it.
I am too. Alright, love you guys. See you tomorrow.